Hey man, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Oh. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's community meeting. And as you can see, we have a full house. Like, if you're watching this live stream later, I wish you could see the Zoom view. Like, it's full house. Like, everyone is here, man. I'm super happy. And I can see Wukash is looking fresh. I can see Kudat. Hello, Kudat. Long time.
Hi. After a very, very long time. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here, man. Same here. And I can see Dale. Hello, Dale.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you today. I can see Maya. Hello, Maya.
Hi,
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. I can also see Jonas. Hello.
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 How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So thanks. I can see Devin. How you doing, Devin?
Good. Yeah. Glad to join. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So that's everyone I can see. And I can also see Akshat. Shout out to Akshat. How you doing, Akshat?
It's perfectly fine.
Good. Thanks for joining today's call. I don't know. It feels like I'm the most happiest person on this call today. So because I can see everyone. Yeah. So a quick introduction about myself. Oh, now we have Pedro. Hello, Pedro. Oh, cool. We have Jeremy. And we have Sagio. I think Zoom's gonna stop this call. They're gonna kick all us out. We have a full house.
Hello, Ace.
How you doing, man?
Good, man.
Hey, Sagio.
Sorry?
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm just hearing just another meeting. Not sure if it's gonna be boring. Not sure.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make this fun. I'm not Lucas.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't remember that.
I think we can see the difference. Like you're more energized than I am.
Yeah, you hold. I understand. And we have Alejandra. Hello.
Hola, hola.
How you doing?
Oh, my dear. Okay. I am making tea, and my two dogs are in the background. Oh, I guess I'm good. Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt the meeting.
Of course. We are in the introduction phase.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly introduce myself. So I'm Hayes, and I'm the new coordinator. Oh, let me just say I'm the new host of this community meeting. I took over for Lukash because it's aging so fast, and it's bald also, so you can see the white hair. So so thanks for joining this call, and yeah, so looking forward to having an amazing call. So we have to go to the first thing on the agenda, and yeah, so which is a topic that was proposed by Wukash. And yeah, so the first thing on the agenda is actually we're basically looking for volunteers to run the async KPI meeting. So Wukash, can you give us a little bit insight?
Thank you. So yeah, we are 2 weeks before our Async API conference, which starts on 3rd of November, finishes on Saturday, 5th of November. And we do it as last year and 2 years ago, online only. And we do it in the same fashion as last year. So the live stream will happen on Restream, and we will live stream the event to multiple social accounts that Async API owns, like YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Twitch. And the event requires a staff to run it, basically, like to start the stream, to make sure speakers are there, to invite them.
Vanilla is ready.
What?
Vanilla is ready.
Let's try, like, if we can onboard her, let's do it.
And the best part is that she'll do it all for free.
I did not say that anyone else will get some money for it, so we all do it for free anyway. Sorry, it's boring. Anyway, so like we need someone who can like support the event on stage, like virtual stage. So like kick off the conference on day 1 or day 2 or day 3. In making sure that speakers are there somewhere on the backstage, getting them on the stage, then coordinating questions to the speakers, then getting them off stage, and then like going into the break, then again going back from the break, and again another speaker. So making sure actually like being the face during the conference, making sure that like the ball is running. And we also need volunteers for off-stage support. So we need someone who can watch the chats and other channels where the conference happens. So in case somebody is not really the nicest person in the community, is aggressive or violates code of conduct in different ways, we need to make sure to monitor this, react, remind people about different information about the event, talk to people about like, like mentioned in the chat that like in 20 minutes there's going to be a break, or like basically we need someone who can do some things offline and do some things online on the stage to make the conference running. And the volunteer doesn't have to do it full-time all 3 days of the conference. It's like, especially that we run it like last year in different time zones. So it's definitely okay if somebody wants just to help on Thursday between 2 and 4 p.m., for example, or if somebody wants to just hop in on Saturday and help out to run it throughout the whole Saturday. So that's basically what we're looking for. We have next 2 weeks to make sure that we have a list of people we can count on. And then, of course, I'm gonna try to figure like how can I onboard all the people to actually run the conference. Does it all make sense? You know what I'm...
So how do we sign up? Contact you, or is there a sign up somewhere?
The best to contact me. There's no official form or whatever, just contact me. So I'm gonna compile the list of people that want to volunteer and want to help, which I assume you want, which would be awesome.
Yeah, I can definitely do one of the days.
Okay, cool, awesome. So yeah, just DM me best if you do it on Slack, but you can use different channels where I am, Twitter or LinkedIn. I already posted information there onto LinkedIn and Twitter for my private account. We're gonna retweet it later from the official one. But yeah, the best, I think, DM.
So you're saying are we definitely going to have different categories of volunteers?
I mean, I wouldn't say different categories of volunteers. I would say like we have 2 different jobs to do, but there can be one person that volunteers to both. Like For example, you can volunteer to do day 1 on stage and day 2 off stage if you want. It's just that it's impossible, like from our experience, we know that it's impossible to connect 2 roles at the same time. Because there's so many things when you're on the stage, there's so many things happening around that you don't really have time to focus also on the chat and what's happening offline. So there need to be someone supporting you, and like when the talk finish, there has to be someone in the offline saying, okay, there's just one question on Twitch, and the person will post the question. You know what I mean? Like there can be one person doing both, but not at the same time. It's impossible for humans, at least for Polish folks like me. I'm sure other nationalities.
Any question? Yeah, so I'm definitely volunteering. So I think I'll be pairing with Alejandra. So I'm definitely doing that. So Alejandra, we are both volunteering, but it can be a volunteer. I'll be available throughout the days, like throughout the 3 days. So I have no break. Definitely going to be. Yeah. So any suggestion?
Are you asking me if, sounds like we need to sync, so are we both dividing the hosting, or how do you want me to help you? How can I help?
So basically, I think I feel I will have some kind of superpower when I have Alejandra by my side, right? So you might end up not doing anything, right? So for the fact that I know, oh, I have Alejandra, then I could do the whole thing myself.
So basically he tries to convince you that you should also volunteer, Alejandra.
Yeah, I can see that he chose the strategy of kissing up, which I approve. Kissing up always works, right? I need your wisdom. Oh yeah, I mean, for sure. I definitely remember even a few weeks back, I think, saying that if you needed my help to like let me know. And then we can maybe just sync offline after the call if you want, and we can figure logistics out, and yeah, I'm happy to help out.
Yeah, thanks so much, Alejandra. Looking forward to collaborating with you on this. So any other person, if you're interested in volunteering, please feel free to reach out to Łukasz. Yeah, so we could form an SNKPI Go Force. So the next thing on the agenda is actually the mentorship program, right? So, and I was thinking it is best if we discuss the issues around this in the community meeting, right? So so we have I think 3 mentees that haven't like reached out to their mentors a couple like a month or 2 now, and I think one of the mentors I've actually had back from one of her mentee for like since like June, which doesn't make like sorry. Yeah, sorry. So now we sorry. I think I my attention got divided. Sorry. Now we have some mentees that are not being responsive at all, and now we need a way to actually, because we have a lot of folks out there that wants to participate in this mentorship program, but eventually they came late or something happened and the program already started before they heard about the program. But now we have like 3 mentees that, in my honest opinion, I feel we have to replace them, because to be honest, they are not active. And, I reached out to them through various channels, got no response back from them. And I think before any decision, before I make any decision, I was feeling I have to like share it with the community members to hear their opinions on that.
I always have an opinion, so I can share. But I think I shared it with you already. So like my opinion is like this time we did mentorship for the first time. Like we don't have any rules written in stone that we have to follow. We just have a deadline end of the year, and like I think it works the same with Google Summer of Code. Like if you can't reach really a mentee, and you tried really all the different communication channels, and I'm pretty sure you did, then you just write a final message like sorry, we're canceling your your USA mentee for a given topic. And then I would say it's first, like this year we said for the mentorship that it's once we select the project, it's then like majority of power stays with the mentor. So I would say, looking on the rules for this year, we could assume that mentor should be the first one that says, okay, I'm resigning from the proposal that I did, and we should just pick up next from the list. Or the mentor maybe should also have an option like, okay, so let's try with another person that volunteered, if this this person wants to work on a given topic, you know. But then just drop it, just drop that person and pick the next one or the next idea. Then that's my fallback. That's how I would code it, like.
And this is interesting, like I think it's always hard, like when something like this happens, because of course there's always something to learn, and you wonder, oh, should I have done something different earlier on? Should I have communicated more or differently earlier on? So I can see how you're probably also feeling, maybe you even feel guilty. I don't know. I'm guessing, of course, I can't read your mind. But anyway, I think that what you communicated sounds as if you did your best to communicate many times. And to me, many sounds like it was more than 3 times. And just no responses, just not even there, not engaging, and definitely not giving back to the open source community, and valuing the spot that they had in that mentorship or internship or whatever program. So I think in that case, it definitely makes sense for you to explain the limitations where if the person is not engaged, then that spot has to be given up, because I mean, what's the point, right? And so you're getting drained out from helping the mentees that do value open source and do value your time as a mentor. And so you shouldn't get drained and tired from people that don't actually appreciate and are not giving back to the open source community. You should definitely save the energy for the folks that value it and want to and show, growth. It doesn't matter if oh my God, Kuda's just giving like everybody compliments right now. When is my compliment coming up, Kuda? All right, I want one too. Okay, sorry. I'm just messing. But yeah, I'm just saying that I think it makes sense. And then I think that a solution for the next time around, because I'm sure we still want to keep running mentorship programs next year and stuff like that, is really thinking about how you evaluated each candidate and thinking about the questions you asked them. Because it really, really will help you, hopefully next year, identify earlier on. And we all make mistakes. It's not like you can always know for sure if somebody's going to be a good candidate or not. But I do know that the more people have taught me to improve my interview techniques, the easier it's been for me to identify like those things. Anyway, I don't know if that's helpful or not, but since you asked for community feedback, I was like, okay.
Thanks, Alejandra. That was an amazing feedback. I really appreciate that. Yeah. So, Sergio, you have anything to say?
Oh no, I was just I was reading to the compliment, saying thank you. Yeah, the level wasn't hard to reach. I guess it was. I mean, there was Alejandra there, so it's normal that that I did it well. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I will definitely be there. I wrote Lucas DM. Maybe I will not be like all hours. I'm now talking about the about the conference volunteering. Just giving context.
Because I was confused.
I have some lag in my brain, not in my connection, but in my brain. Yeah, I will definitely be like volunteering for the conference, and that's it. I'm not gonna break the current topic in discussion.
Okay. Thanks, Ayu. Yeah, so another thing on the agenda is actually something I think we can actually have a discussion about that. So we have in the community a contributor called Ismail. So I think Ismail actually works for Green Foundation. Am I right, Ugash?
So I'm not sure the name of the foundation, but yeah, Ismael Velasco is involved in the foundation that tries to fix the tech world if it comes to the carbon production
emission
in tech. Yeah.
Yeah. So he wrote to the Slack channel about an hackathon that the foundation is actually hosting, which is called Carbon Hack 2022, right? And so I actually saw that as an opportunity to actually, bring Async KPI to the spotlight, right? So then I decided to like participate in the hackathon, right? So just to do some really cool stuff with Async KPI and how we are also kind of contributing to save like planet Earth in some way or the other. So I started working on the first draft of this particular project, which has an awesome name, and I really wish I end up having an awesome product, which is called Voltron. So, few seconds, please. So so the main idea behind the project is actually so the main idea behind the hackathon is actually the foundation actually builds an SDK in which you can use to decide when to either maybe run your server or whatever it is you're doing in the tech industry on power grids when the energy is clean versus when the energy is not clean. And I was thinking, okay, so I don't have any fancy idea on what to do with this particular SDK. Then I thought, oh, what if we could actually, limit the rate at which the participants or the consumers of this particular SDKs or of this particular web APIs endpoints actually pull, like Fran would say, HTTP polluting would eventually pull this endpoint. So then I started working on the first draft, which I would eventually share with the community once I have a working prototype of what I'm trying to build. So if you're interested in contributing to this project, feel free to reach out to me later this call, and yeah, I can collaborate with you, and eventually after the hackathon, we can eventually move the project under Async KPI. And I hope this project actually brings us to the spotlight. So if you have any want to say something?
Yeah, the deadline is end of October, right?
Yes, end of October. Yeah, so if you have any question, please feel free to ask. So I'm going to share the link to the project. Give me a few seconds. Carbon hack. So here's a link to the hackathon if you're interested in going through it, and I'm sharing it on the Zoom. I'll also share it. Oh, I shared it with my personal YouTube handle. So yeah, so if you have anything you'd love to discuss outside this, please feel free to take over. Okay, cool. So I have another question. I'm sorry, I just have, as the host, I'm just doing everything in my power to not make this call short. So so the first, I have a question. So I was actually writing a docs, which is actually saying how changes are introduced in the spec. So while I was writing the docs, I actually came about something that triggered my curiosity about the specification meeting, right? So a new version of the spec was released, right? And I was thinking, okay, so which makes sense. And I was also saying another version is being worked on, right? Which is spec 3.0. Then the latest version that got released was 2.5. Then I was wondering, so I thought generally the meeting being held, which is the spec meeting that says, which I think Jonas is coordinating, is actually called spec 3.0. Then I was worried, why doesn't this meeting actually, covers the whole specification meeting in general? Why it is specific to 3.0?
It's because of the complexity. So basically, like, we don't enforce meetings at Async API. We do them only if they really need it. So this Async API 3.0, as far as I remember, Jonas set it up to have it as regular, just to make sure that like in case, I'm not sure if you know that I'm doing also this regular meetings about conference organization. So it's because like the topic is pretty large and requires a lot of involvement of different people and regular updates. So like in case of the conference meeting or spec 3.0 meeting, that's why there was a need for having such like regular check what's happening and having a platform for discussion, because some people, they prefer to interact through GitHub and some just feel better to explain things on the spec calls. But just it's important to remember that the 3.0 spec, like any other meeting, it's not mandatory. So you to contribute to 3.0 spec, you don't have to join the meeting. Just to make it clear. But yeah, that's as far like Sergio can add more, because Sergio also became a code owner for spec recently. But as far as I remember from proposal from Jonas when he proposed this meeting, what like main motivation was that like to kick off, like speed up the work on spec 3.0. There was a need for such meeting.
Yeah, that's right. It's a way of following the development of the 3.0 spec version, right?
And also just to maybe add, just because we
Jonas
have
is here. Oh.
Of course I am. But it's much easier letting you talk. So I'm just waiting. maybe also just to clarify, like even though that we have a spec 3.0 meeting, it doesn't mean that you can't have a specific meeting for another version of the spec. It's just that with the complexity and the discussions going around just version 3, it would be too complex to also include the development of a minor version, for example, within that discussion. At least that's just my opinion.
Okay, because I got so confused as to why when the 2.50 was being released or was being worked on, why we didn't have like spec 2.5.0 meeting and we have spec 3.0 meeting. So I was like, what the hell is going on? Why is it like that? Thanks for shedding light on that. I really appreciate.
No worries.
But it can certainly be proposed, like so the regular releases that we do every few months, they have always a dedicated release coordinator. Every single time after the release cycle, we also go through the improvements for the release to fix stuff, to automate some stuff. And there were a few release coordinators already in the past, like me, Sergio, Vladimir, as far as I remember, Dale. So there are already few people that were involved in the coordination. So maybe like I suggest you like open a discussion. Maybe there it's going to be actually useful, because I think that sometimes it's pretty hard for release coordinator to coordinate stuff. So maybe the meeting will help them, but then the release coordinator has to coordinate the meeting as well. So it might be useful, but also an overhead. So I definitely encourage you to open up a discussion to clarify.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely do that. Thanks, Wogash. And also one more thing. Also need clarification on was in the last how to contribute live stream, which I had with one of the contributor and also a champion of Modelina, right? So you were saying something about contributor badge. Would you love to like also shed light on what that is about, and why are we gonna have that?
I'm not saying we have that. Like, so my when I was watching your live stream, what was important, what Sam shared, was that one of the nice things for her as a contributor to start with the project, she liked how we are using all contributors bot, and we have this special place in READMEs where we like recognize the contributions, that we have those different badges from all contributors spec, like for different contributions, etc. And then I was just like, I just reminded myself, I remember that you're working on this new community section. And also Maya started working on this design of the list of the contributors that we're showing. So I was like, yeah, like if badges are and kind of gamification is still a thing, and people feel motivated by this. Actually, I like new badges on GitHub, so I always look on the new badges I have on GitHub. So maybe we should also come up with some badges for Async API, because we're gonna anyway to list all the contributors in the UI to recognize them. We will have to access archive data of GitHub. So we're going to have also access to many other data. So we can also do some calculations and assign badges. And then basing on badges, we can provide swags to the contributors also to encourage them. But yeah, it was just a rough idea during the live stream. Not sure if it's...
Can you share, is there a link to discussion yet? Or do you have a link to...
No. I was just like, I like the idea. I just shared it, but I wasn't thinking if it makes sense. I just
we are eventually on a community call, so people could say, oh gosh, it makes sense, and it doesn't make sense. So what do you guys think? To me, it makes absolute sense.
I have to say something. I'm so sorry I got too excited earlier, but I just have to say that I like the idea because I coincidentally recently have been reading a lot about the science of how the dopamine surges during gamification is what makes people enjoy learning more or working more toward a goal. And since I was just recently really surprised by all the research that's coming up with this, and I mean, it's really all brain chemistry science, I'm thinking, oh my heck, yeah, let's use science for open source and get more contributors excited. I mean, I think that's a really logical and fun idea. So I think it's really cool. I like it.
Thanks, Alejandra. That makes so much sense. So we are two, right? So it makes sense to me also, even though I have no science stuff related to it. I just knew deep down it makes so much sense. So we share less in common, Alejandra.
So I have to write the proposal in the discussions.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's try. But then we need Maya to help out with the design of badges then. But I guess it's going to be fun stuff.
So you eventually have to tag Maya. Maya, are you still on the call?
Yes, I mean.
yeah, so as far as I know, I think Maya is actually going through some internship program, if I'm right. So I don't think she's currently available, but I feel as soon as she's available, she should be able to, give us a first iteration. And also on the next How to Contribute live stream, which is related to October 1st, I would be hosting Maya, so she would be my co-host. You sound surprised, right? So she will be
Nice.
joining me in the next live stream, which would be on Thursday. I encourage you guys to join. So she'll be talking about how she's got into open source as a designer and what's our experience like so far. I can't wait to hear a side of the story and listen to amazing and fascinating stuff. So that's it. Maya, hope you ready for the task.
I'm ready.
All right. So that's everything on my end. So if you have anything you would love to say, I believe now is the time. Okay, so I guess no question, no suggestions. So I believe this would be the end of today's community call. And yeah, I'm open to seeing you guys in the next community call. And to be honest, I kind of freaked out because a lot of you guys joined and I started getting nervous. So yeah, so I'll be prepared next time. So looking forward to seeing you guys again. Yeah. Bye, guys.
See ya. Take care.
Bye, guys. See you.
Bye.